Hi, all. This is Elizabeth. It's an incredible honor to be here with you. When Rebecca asked me to do a video for you, I was incredibly flattered because she would be the person that I would be calling to motivate people and to talk to people because she truly, really is an inspirational person. She is not someone that's normal. And I hope you guys have been able to figure that out so far. I've always said that she's an angel that was put on this earth, and I have had the opportunity to travel the world and meet numerous people in various countries. And she truly, really is one of a kind. So, what she is building with you all and what you guys are a part of right now is awesome. Not just because we're all cooped up at home and you guys are teaching online, but because you're touching lives and you're making a difference that is so valuable. So, so when I thought about, well, what can I say? I wrote an article for, I wrote it for thinking about my daughter, and it's called Light Your Own Fire Kid, and it came out in a magazine a couple months ago, but I haven't posted it on my LinkedIn page or anything, so I'll do that after you guys watch this video. I wanted to put things together that she could live with forever. And so these are not just for women, though it was published in a magazine for on the women's issue, and it was a real estate magazine. And I will discuss some of the things that I said there. So, like I said, the title is Light Your Own Fire Kid. And the first thing I said is you're the only person you can control, because trying to control others, not only is it exhausting, but it's also disrespectful. So remember that you can only control yourself. Success looks different to everyone. So always remember that. You'll have to define what it is, and it changes throughout your life. And what you want to think about is you don't want to keep up with the Joneses. That's going to be super exhausting. And also you want to remember people like Anthony Bourdain or Kate Spade or Robin Williams. They were all successful to our standards, to the standards that we live by in society, and yet they took their own lives. So, you know, other than, yes, maybe, well, suffering from depression for sure, but like, how do you get to that point, right? So you have to measure success, and it's different for all of us. So what is successful for you? You would have to ask yourself that. Friends matter. I'm sure you've heard that you are the average of the 5 people you meet. So make sure you hang out with people that are enriching your life and bringing great things to making you a better person, to, you know, and they can learn from you as well. Goals and plans go together. Envision who you want to be and go for it, and congratulate yourself on the little goals. Like if you say, well, I want to lose weight, and then you start, everybody starts on January 1st, right? We all start January 1st with whatever the goal is, and then by February 3rd you measure and you say, you know what, I've only lost a pound. Well, congratulate yourself on that 1 pound that you lost, and don't be so hard on yourself saying, well, it was supposed to be 5 pounds, so I failed. Just flip it over and say, I lost 1 pound, so that's good. Let's just keep at it and see what happens. And, you know, make changes, but congratulate yourself, because it's different for everybody, right? And don't don't be so hard on yourself, which is kind of hard to remember at times. There's no carbon copy of you. You are incredibly unique. Even though there might be maybe a few, maybe there's 10 of you that are all teaching the same subject. You're all teaching in a different way, which is very inspiring, right? Bring your uniqueness to the classroom and bring the love that you have for the people that you're teaching, and it will show right through the camera. So don't forget that. Don't judge whatever the situation, not because life has a funny way of turning things around and putting you on the opposite side, but because your goal of being your best self should be a daily goal, should always prevail. Read The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. That is an amazing book, and I cannot say enough about that book. It's a great book. So be impeccable with your word. Always do your best. Don't take anything personal. And don't make assumptions. Oh, that is such a tough one. Don't make assumptions. I think we all make assumptions all the time. So if you can live by those Toltec agreements, I think you're more likely to experience peace, which is what we all want, right? There are other books. Get into the habit of reading, because that's one of the best things you can do for yourself. Own your actions. Take responsibility and don't blame other people. Don't blame the government. Don't blame your parents. There's so many people that go through life blaming, how their upbringing and what their older sibling did, and whatever it is. Don't blame the government, not the upbringing, not anything. I mean, there might have been things that happened to you, but use them to be a better person and learn from that. And don't be the victim, because that's not gonna take you. And you might get attention and you might get love of some people, but that's not the best way of doing that. So just learn from those things that happen, because we've all gone through terrible things. So learn from them and move on, and take responsibility for whatever your side was. And if you have none because it was done to you, then it's okay, and you can forgive yourself because it wasn't your fault. So remember that. Always do more. If you only do what is required of you, you will always stay where you are. So remember that, and think about, why do some companies seem not to grow while others excel? Because successful companies do more for their customers. So always do a great job and deliver more as an employee, as a citizen, as a member, as a family member, a member of the community, and so on and so forth. So basically the snowball effect. Be great at something. It's nice to be good at everything, but it's important to be great at something. So pick something. No one wants to hire you to Google things, right? So you should be the expert voice on whatever your role is. Be passionate. Let your passion touch everything you do. Do it right and have fun while you're at it. And look at things in perspective. When a problem seems so big and unimaginable, open Google Earth and zoom out. You'll see how immense the universe is and how little the problem actually is. So all of a sudden you become a speck in a large universe. The problem is only important because you gave it that meaning. So change it. Also remember, you're not a tree. So like they say, you can always move, right? So I remember, so I have a bachelor's in Spanish literature, and I have an MBA. And I've always thought that if my MBA was from Harvard, then it would have opened up a lot more doors. And you know, those are just insecurities that we all have, right? But that was one of mine, and I always thought, okay, well, yeah, if I have a degree from Harvard, then that would be awesome, and it would open doors, and I would get a lot of recognition and respect. And so I listened to this woman who had an English degree from Stanford, and she opened up this book saying, I always felt if my English degree would have been from Harvard, I would have been signed to my first book faster. I would have had, uh, um, a book deal before. And it just touched me in such a way, because we're all insecure. Insecurities are going to hit all of us at any given point. So I mean, I clearly learned that it's not about, where you get the degree. It's about what you do with it, and the type of person you are, and, what you bring to the table and all that. So remember that you're always going to have insecurities, and it's okay. But be curious, have that intellectual curiosity. Don't take things at face value. Always question the status quo. Don't just do what everybody else is doing. Do your research and try to figure out what the best answer is for what you're doing. Travel, learn a new language, dance, listen intently, have meaningful conversations, and learn to be okay with silence. What else? Eat healthy, and every now and then eat a donut. Don't forget to have fun. And remember that the work that you guys are doing is incredible. You are changing lives. Remember, as teachers, you can ruin a person's life, and you can leave the best memories. You only have students for, I believe, 30 minutes or an hour. Make that the best hour of their week, right? Maybe that's what they look forward to. So remember, you're incredibly lucky to be working with Rebecca. She truly is a gift from God. Enjoy yourselves. Have fun. Enjoy teaching. And thank you for making a difference.